What's happening? This Iron Man from the music group The Lottery, Showtime Records. And on this glorious March 29th, 2018, I bring to you my daily views. Everything concerning the NBA, the schedule, my picks, and the reasons why. If you want to support what I do, just type in JMVOL or Just My Views on Life into the search bar or on YouTube.com. Subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you're alerted every time there's a brand new video. Now, about last night, we had the Sixers playing the New York Knicks. I was hoping some of the Knicks players would play well, but I really didn't care which team won either way. The Sixers are going to the playoffs, and the Knicks wish they were. The Sixers had 6 players in double figures. It would have been 7 if Joel Embiid didn't get injured as he tried to perform a handoff pass to Markelle Fultz. He fumbled the ball, and as he reached down to pick it up, butted heads with Markelle Fultz. Had to be taken out of the game immediately, and they were taking him down for immediate tests to make sure that there was no structural damage to his face or there was no concussion symptoms. Everyone else picked up the slack for him, though, while the New York Knicks struggled mightily. That is, except Michael Easy Beasley scored 22 points and pretty much carried the New York Knicks. Damian Dotson, the backup, the rookie shooting guard from the Houston Cougars. He's actually Houston's own, born and bred. Got a DNP coach's decision that did not play for whatever reason. Tim Hardaway Jr. struggled mightily. Manuel Mudiay he was pretty good off the bench. He had 22 points. It was only a -1 on a plus or minus. There was just too much Sixers, two teams going in the opposite direction. 118-101, the Sixers win going away. The Brooklyn Nets played the Orlando Magic. I like D'Angelo Russell on the Brooklyn Nets. The Orlando Magic, I want them to lose, so just in case we miss out on Paul George and LeBron James, hopefully we can get that restricted free agent Aaron Gordon from the Orlando Magic on a cheap cost. Hopefully he won't want to re-sign with Orlando because things are looking bleak, so I was hoping Brooklyn could stomp them out for me. They did that, 111-104. Even though it looks like Brooklyn is tanking, they're really not. They've struggled with a bunch of injuries this year, and it's hard to get that rhythm, that flow with the rest of your teammates to gel, especially when you don't have superstar players to complement or to carry the load while everybody gets acquainted with each other. D'Angelo Russell seems to return into form after his injury. Scored 16 points, had a +11 on a plus or minus, had 12 big time assists. Add to that 5 rebounds, 1 steal, 1 block. From your point guard, that's crazy. But he had 1 block. That's what helped him get that win, 111-104. The Atlanta Hawks play the Minnesota Timberwolves. I wanted the Hawks to win because they are tanking, and I don't want them to be rewarded for that. So I want them to have a less valuable draft pick this upcoming draft. So I wanted them to actually beat the Timberwolves. If Derrick Rose played for the Timberwolves, I wanted him to do well coming off that ankle injury. He did not play. Usually teams shorten their playoff rotation to 8 or 9 players for the playoffs, not for the end of the season against the tanking Atlanta Hawks. But the Timberwolves and Thibodeau only played 8 people. 5 people on the roster got a DNP coach's decision just for no reason. The minutes were a little bit less this game. They would have been okay if it was an important game to the season and they were playing a high-level opponent, not the lowly tanking Atlanta Hawks who were just going to give you the game away at the end if they could. But the story of the night is Big Cat Karl Anthony Towns for the Timberwolves. This guy recorded a franchise high 56 points in the game after playing 41 huge unnecessary minutes, 12 from 15 from the free throw line. This is your center. He had 15 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 block in only 41 minutes. And that's what was just an avalanche to the Atlanta Hawks. They couldn't stop this guy from the opening tip to the buzzer. This guy was killing. He was a monster. I told y'all earlier the other day he was probably one of the top 10 best players in the entire league, and y'all sleeping on him because he's over in Minnesota. But it's going to be more and more difficult to continue sleeping on this guy as he gets better and better and starts getting into the MVP conversations in upcoming years. So they win 126 to 114. Then we had the LA Clippers versus the Phoenix Suns. Phoenix Suns are in super tank mode, so of course I wanted them to win so they could devalue their draft pick in the upcoming draft. They did not come through for me because they had become the masters of tanking. The Clippers won 111 to 99. Austin Rivers shined. I actually like Austin Rivers a lot. A lot of people don't like him because they feel he didn't deserve his spot on the team only because his dad, gave him a big contract, continue playing for him. This guy he deserves it. He's a great player. Not great player, but he's a really above average player. And I think he deserves the money that he got. He led the team with a plus 25 and a plus or minus, 18 points, 8 assists, 2 rebounds, and no blocks today. But he also threw in 3 steals along with that. The guy's playing defense as well. All those people don't like playing defense. Lou Williams chipped in with a 13-point performance off the bench. Extremely efficient. That's why they got the victory, 111 to 99. Then we had the Portland Trail Blazers versus the Memphis Grizzlies. The Memphis Grizzlies are tanking. So of course I wanted them to beat the Portland Trail Blazers so they could devalue their draft pick in the first round in this upcoming draft. They did that for me miraculously. They came out with the win, 108 to 103. And let me tell you why. First of all, the starting all-star, all-NBA guard, Damian Lillard, did not play because he wanted to attend the birth of his first child. So congratulations to Dame Dollar, and our prayers for the safety and the health of the newborn baby. His backcourt running mate gave the Portland Trail Blazers everything that he possibly could, scoring a fantastic 42 points with a +1 on a plus or minus. He also had 3 rebounds, 5 assists, and 1 steal, but pretty much no help to go along with that. Then you had the Memphis Grizzlies, who just signed Marshawn Brooks to a 10-day contract. Was playing off in China, I believe. He was the 25th pick for the Brooklyn Nets back in 2011, and that was right before they made those ill-fated decisions to trade away all their future first-round draft picks to the Boston Celtics for Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce, and that we know how that turned out. Oh my God. How to get a GM fired 101 in the NBA. So Marshawn Brooks was cast aside by the Brooklyn Nets to make that happen, but now he's back on a 10-day contract for the Memphis Grizzlies, and the guy came balling out of control with 21 points off the bench, a +8 and a plus or minus, had 1 rebound, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block in only 21 minutes of playing time. He was killing the Portland Trail Blazers off the bench along with Chandler Parsons. Yes, that Chandler Parsons of Houston Rockets fame, who chipped in efficient 15 points on 50% shooting from the field. And that's how they got the victory, 108 to 103. Then we had the Boston Celtics versus the Utah Jazz, and I am a lifelong Laker, so of course I was rooting for the Utah Jazz to stomp the Boston Celtics. Anybody wearing green, they did not do that. They lost 94 to 97 as Brad Stevens, the coach of the Celtics, continues to present his case for coach of the year. It doesn't matter who he's got on the court at any given time, he seems to put them in a position to succeed. That's good coaching. I'm looking at you, Tom Thibodeau, for the Minnesota Timberwolves. For the Utah Jazz, the fantastic rookie Donovan Mitchell had 22 points. He was even on the plus or minus, had 6 assists plus 1 steal. This guy continues to try to push to get that Rookie of the Year award. Rudy Gobert, the Stifle Tower as they call him, had 10 points, 2 assists, 1 steal, 2 big time blocks, 11 rebounds as he pushes for that Defensive Player of the Year award. But it just wasn't enough as Jason Tatum strengthens his case for Rookie of the Year with 16 big time points and even in the plus or minus, 2 steals, 2 huge blocks, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds in a starting role. Brown is also seeming healthier by the game. He had 21 big time points in a starting role, plus 5 in a plus or minus, 2 steals, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, and that's what helped to lead a balanced attack. Not to mention, he had the game-winning 3-point shot at the buzzer. Well, it was almost at the buzzer. There was like 0.3 seconds left, but it wasn't enough time for him to get off a clean shot. At the game-winning shot to beat the Utah Jazz 97-94. I'm just glad he's feeling a lot healthier. He doesn't have any longing effects from that horrific fall he had on the back of his neck. My Los Angeles Lakers played the Dallas Mavericks, who are tanking, and they won the game 103-93. The starters for the Mavericks all played limited minutes in the 20 minutes a game range, and they all played fairly well with good plus or minus stats. But it was just clear that they wanted to get other people minutes so they could not tank openly, but tank the game, and that they did. The Lakers, I appreciate them taking advantage because they need to close out this season with a bang so they can give these potential free agents this summer a good reason, to come over here to see that we're moving in the right direction. Julius Randle, another monster double-double, 20 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, an even in the plus or minus category. But Brook Lopez had 22 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal. Contavious Caldwell-Pope only had 7 points, but he still had a plus 6 in the plus or minus category with 9 huge rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 steal. Lonzo Ball had 8 points, had 5 assists, and 4 rebounds. For some reason, he only had a minus 11 in the plus or minus category. He needs to pick that up. Kyle Kuzma was in cruise control as usual with 18 huge points off the bench. I think that is the best role for him. That way he doesn't have to share the ball with so many starters. He excels in his position off the bench. And when they keep him there, the reason why he was back on the bench is because Brandon Ingram, after missing about 3 weeks of action, is back. Scored 13 points in limited minutes, 23 minutes of action. He actually had 6 rebounds, 4 assists, and 1 steal, and an excellent return game performance. It was an excellent team win to help us move in the right direction heading into the offseason. They won 103-93. Then we had the best game of the night, featuring your Cleveland Cavaliers versus the Charlotte Hornets. Was rooting for the Charlotte Hornets because the Lakers own the first round draft pick to the Cleveland Cavaliers and we want them to lose, so it will be better. Also wanted Dwight Howard, who people have been sleeping on this entire year, to have a monster game and lead them to victory. That, of course, did not happen as the Cleveland Cavaliers won 118-105. They had some good above average performances from Rodney Hood and Jeff Green with 13 points and 18 points respectively. And Dwight Howard and Kemba Walker countered that. Dwight Howard had 19 points, 10 huge rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 block. Kemba Walker had 21 points. He had 4 assists and 2 rebounds to add to that. He also passed up Dell Curry, who is Steph Curry's father, as the leading all-time scorer in Charlotte Hornets history. But it just wasn't enough. The reason why is because there has been a J.R. Swish sighting instead of the J.R. Smith that we've been getting for the whole entire Cleveland Cavaliers season. This guy was ultra aggressive. He had a plus 10 and a plus or minus off the bench in 31 huge minutes. This guy was trying to get to the rack, got to the rack several times, knocked down some crucial jumpers. Like I said, he had 19 points, 3 steals, 3 assists, and 5 rebounds with no turnovers. No, I'm sorry, he had 1 turnover. But he was a great surprise off the bench for the Cleveland Cavaliers. And the Charlotte Hornets had no answer for that. And then you had LeBron James, who was phenomenal out there. This guy is in incredible shape. For his 15th year in the league, this guy looked like he's straight out of high school. Hey man, there's a lot of talk going around. I can't put it into words, but this guy is jumping higher, running faster, looking more powerful than rarely I've ever seen him before. But he was phenomenal. He had a plus 21 and a plus or minus. Okay. He had 41 huge points, 1 steal, 8 assists, 10 rebounds. He flirted with that triple double. And that's why the Charlotte Hornets got stomped 118 to 105. On a side note, LeBron James also matches Michael Jordan's double-digit scoring mark for consecutive games played. Being a great player, I don't really put too much stock into that because you're going to have the ball in your hands the whole time. And if you're a great player and got the green light to shoot any time that you want to, how are you not going to get 10 points in the game? Doesn't make any sense. But on to tonight. It's a light NBA schedule with only 5 games, and a couple of these games have serious playoff implications, starting with the Washington Wizards versus the Detroit Pistons. In the Eastern Conference, there are 5 teams fighting for 3 playoff spots: the Wizards, the Miami Heat, Milwaukee Bucks, Detroit Pistons, and the Charlotte Hornets. I don't have an actual pick for this game because it really doesn't affect me at all. I just want them to be healthy. I hope Blake Griffin plays well. Hope Otto Porter plays well. And everybody stays healthy. Then you got the Chicago Bulls, who are tanking, playing the Miami Heat. I don't want them to get rewarded for that, even though they're my friend Samin's favorite team. So I want the Chicago... Well, not because of that, but because of that, I want the Chicago Bulls to actually win. It's a win-win situation for me. Sami gets that victory, and they don't get rewarded for tanking. So hopefully they can beat the Miami Heat. Then we have the Oklahoma City Thunder playing the San Antonio Spurs. Usually I would be hoping for the San Antonio Spurs to lose because I hate them being a lifelong Laker. They gave us too much trouble in the past and I don't want to see them ever again. But today I want them to win. I need them to do me a solid and destroy the Oklahoma City Thunder because I want Paul George to see the Lakers ending up the season strong in LA, and I want the Oklahoma City Thunder to crumble underneath the expectations over in Oklahoma City so he can have 1 foot out the door and go and come over and play with this purple and gold. So let's go San Antonio Spurs. Go Spurs, go, as they say. Then we got the Indiana Pacers playing the Sacramento Kings. My homie Mo Money, who is overseas, is a die-hard Pacers fan. I love Victor Oladipo, but I am rooting for the Kings, so they are not rewarded for their obvious tank job that they're doing. So let's go Sacramento Kings. Then at the end of the night on TNT, we've got the Milwaukee Bucks playing the Golden State Warriors. And KD, who has been injured the last couple of games, has declared that he will in fact play today. And I'd like to see how he fares, how he carries the team without Stephen Curry on the floor. Some people say he's the best player in the world. He surpassed LeBron James. Some people say he's number 2. This is an opportunity for him to help strengthen his case for that number 1 spot, especially playing an uppercomer like Giannis Antetokounmpo, who he shares a similar body type with. It should be an interesting game, but I am rooting for the Milwaukee Bucks because Golden State, I don't want to see them succeed. Why? Because I'm a Lakers fan. I don't like all the attention being put over there. There, I said it. Those are my daily views for the NBA. If you want to support, subscribe to the channel. All you have to do is hit JMVOL or Just My Views on Life into the search bar on YouTube.com. Subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you're alerted every time there's a brand new video. Feel free to share it with your friends if you think they might enjoy it. I appreciate all the love and support from the people actually watching the videos. I'm Iron Man from the music group The Lottery, Showtime Records, and it's just how I see it. Be blessed and Godspeed. Feel free to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoy it. Really and truly appreciate it. Leave all your interesting comments right down below, especially the ones where you disagree with everything that I just said. and then subscribe so you don't miss any of the newest and latest views.